Alright, what's up everybody? I got a BD125-10. It's a Honda Grom clone. I ordered a Grom exhaust and it came and it was wrong. If anyone else has bought one of these and noticed the only way that it pitches is over off to the left hand side, that doesn't work because the kickstand gets in the way. It doesn't look right. So also, the flange up inside the head. Hold on a second. Alright. The flange up in here, when I ordered the Honda Ground clone, it had a 9/16 end. And on the original one, it was at least 3/4 of an inch. So I added a, zoom in here so you can see. I added a very small, all the way around, ring, which is going to be extremely hard for normal people to do. But at my work, we got 1.5 inch tubing, a little heavier wall than that. So I took that and I sliced it, and then I sliced it twice because that's not 1.5 inches, it's now 1.25 inches. I wrapped it around a 1-inch pipe to get it to be tighter than this. This is 1.1 inches, and then held it in place with vice grips as I slowly went around it, tacking it. Made sure it was nice and in a ring, so that when this flange, because it's loose on the entire thing, when it goes up, it's nice and flat with it. But this gap used to be touching with the original, and I didn't like that. I wanted to make sure that that gasket was the flange face was pressing right up against the crushed gasket. Don't forget to put a crushed gasket in there. I'm still using the original one, but I checked it to make sure it was in there. It's in there. Now I know for sure it's got pressure on it, because before this was bottoming out. It just didn't even sound right. The angle on the exhaust was wrong. If you looked at your original exhaust, it used to come out here, coming straight up. Well, the Grom clone, the Honda Grom, its exhaust runs and goes out this way. So that's what we wanted. I did this all at work. I did a video just before this, just showing the weld that I had done at work. So here's the weld. Nice TIG weld. Inside is a 1-inch piece of tubing from work. It's about a 1/2 inch wide, like a sleeve or a backing plate, basically, like as if this weld right here had another plate behind it, just in case, because this is so thin. But anyway, that weld's nice. Every other weld was done by the factory that made the head. I added a bracket here. You'll need to put a bracket somewhere on a part that's not the sway bar. I figure this back sway bar is going to be going up and down all the time, is not the place to be securing anything. So this is loose, but not even loose. This thing is tight. I secured it with the bracket. You see, I wanted to shave it a little bit, but we didn't, because it's not really visible. And it's all stainless steel. I used some nice 1/8 wire and wrapped it around. This comes from the frame over. Can I get that in focus any better? It had a step down from here down to slightly more narrow tubing. So I've got this so tight and nice and tight right now. It is tight. So that's one weld that you didn't see, but I did that here because I wasn't sure how the fit was going to be. But otherwise, it's nice and clean. So don't forget, this will not fit. It will rattle around if you don't extend this somehow. I was imagining just putting some nipples on it, but I wanted to make sure it was secured as nicely as possible all the way around. So I explained what I did. I cut 1.5 inches, basically shrunk that stuff, cut it in a section and made it tight. This is a sleeved 1 inch with 1.25 inches around it, so the TIG weld's nice. Everything's stainless. I took the silencer out, and she ain't silent no more. This thing sounds louder than the big boy. Here we go. I installed a Nibby carb. If you didn't see the other video, because I didn't really say too much in it about it, all you have to do when you get it, do not change anything inside here unless you have to. But I wouldn't touch anything inside until you at least try adjusting your air and your fuel mixture. Some dude said go all the way in and go out 2 for being at sea level, and out 2.5 if you're above, like in Colorado or whatever, Mile High Club. But I put it all the way in and then slowly unscrewed it until it sounded good to me. And this is how she starts. Alright, I'll see you guys later. Peace out. Later.